Hi, so you want to build an echo cabin in the woods. It's not that bad. I mean, it really isn't, because I'm going to tell you all the ways to keep from making the mistakes I made. My first cabin, my first echo cabin in the woods was a kit. It was a kit. It was a log cabin kit. I purchased it. I'm trying to remember for sure. I think it was 1979 or 1980. I bought it in Pikeville, Kentucky. I did. It was about 300 acres I purchased with my husband of mountaintop land. Beautiful dogwoods. Oh gosh, it was gorgeous. And it even had mineral rights, which was very unusual. And we thought we were real smart because we put the name of the land and the 3 kids so that if anything really stupid happened, it would go to them. Didn't work out so well though. We built it, the first floor, we carved into the mountain, and the first floor was concrete block on the outside. The inside was, there was a buck stove. Oh, great buck stove. Gosh, it really heated everything up. It was so good. I mean, Kentucky is, you got snow, you got cold. Buck stove on the first floor. The inside walls were all rough-hewn wood, purchased from the lumber yard. It was so thick. Oh, it was, I think that's why I still have trouble with my shoulder all that long ago, slamming all the nails into that. But it was warm. Oh boy, it really, because we wanted an echo cabin. So the first floor was a buck stove, and down there was also, there was a small kitchenette, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a wood-burning water heater. The second floor was the first floor of the wood, and we put the first floor up, and when we got to do the ceiling, one of the main beams was just awful. It was ugly, it was way too big, it was completely out of place. So we ended up picking a tree on the property, and I got to watch the young people take all the bark off. Oh God, it was really fun. It was really fun to see that. And then we had a second floor that was really a loft, and it had beautiful parquet floors. It was so gorgeous. And the main kitchen had all energy safe appliances and everything. It was absolutely a gorgeous place. Unfortunately, we thought we were so clever because we put it in the name of the kids. Didn't help us. There was a mechanic's lien. We had paid $40,000 for the logs that the person we paid had never paid the people who took the logs off the land. And that's called a mechanic's lien. And we were just trying to figure out what could be done about that when we realized that the person who built the fireplace went from the buck stove all the way up through the second floor of the log part out the chimney. He hadn't built it right, so it caught on fire. Really sad story. So we lost the land, we lost the house, the kids lost their heritage. Really sad. And lost the farm. That's can happen. So you really have to pay attention. And after that, about 1,227 acres of land, desert on the border of the United States and Arizona and Mexico. And there I built 14 different kinds of buildings, all eco buildings. My particular cabin, I did the digging and everything with the backhoe for my husband's cabin. His cabin was made out of adobe, and we actually used dung and aloe to do the inside walls, which was really fun. It was a sod roof we were really trying to find as many different options as we could on things to do. And I had a slide-in camper that I covered with papercrete, which is a mixture of newspaper and 10% concrete and water. Great insulation. I could not believe it. One oil lamp was all I needed. It was great. I couldn't believe it. It was really nice and warm and toasty in there. It cost me $50. Yeah, to cover the camper. The camper was free. It was an old camper. Guy didn't want it, so he gave it to me. And I did, the roof was the only thing that cost me any money because the newspaper was free. And the concrete, but there wasn't that much concrete. What I did is in the area where you normally had the truck, the part where it would slip over the truck, I filled that with stone. There's a lot of stone just laying around on the property. And then I enclosed it with stucco. $50 for a space to live in. The sink didn't have a bathroom. I had a place to sleep. It didn't have a bathroom. So I had to use the dry composting toilets that we had. We had several of those. I think we had 4. Yeah, we had 4. So that worked out all right. Then we did the last one, which was a Echo Hobbithouse. And it was made all of stone with a Hobbit door. The roof was wood, but the floor, instead of putting a slab, we didn't use a slab. We built little pyramids of concrete that would hold the floorboards, and the floor was wood, easier on your back if you have a bad back like I do. I didn't tell you how much the first one cost. I believe it was about $60,000, if I remember correctly, right at $60,000. Now, that was in 1979, 1980. The Hobbithouse was finished in 2019, May of 2019, and it was $43,000 without the solar panels. When we added we had a dry composting toilet, wood floors, wood ceiling. When we added the solar, it was right at 56. The solar panels, and the rest of the roof was all sod. But the idea of making these little pyramids to hold the floorboards and leaving the leaving the dirt instead of concrete meant that the carbon footprint was actually increased. Instead of covering up a floor with a slab and removing that carbon footprint remained, and the roof was sod. So both places were an opportunity for animals, insects, whatever wanted. We lived there for almost 7 years. I never had a problem with mice or anything that people told us we'd be concerned about. So, excuse me, if you want to build a cabin in the woods, there are lots of different options, and that's why we had the property that we had on the border, because we wanted to be able, we ended up trying 14 different ways of building. We tried dry stack concrete, we tried straw bale, we tried all these different ways, and actually they all worked. They all worked. And we were able to build for about 50 cents a square foot. And that's pretty hard to understand for most people. Now, the stone house was more because we didn't do most of the labor. We'd gotten too old to do that. My husband was 78, 78, the day we moved on to the property. That was a lease. Don't do a land lease. Please don't do a land lease. We've had one successful one and one that was an absolute nightmare. We lost everything. We lost $120,000 worth of house, and solar panels, and all our different kinds of water sources, and our fencing, and lots of trees that had grown for 6-7 years. Yeah, it was really sad. So you really have to be careful. And that's why I'm here for you. If you want to write questions for me, I'm happy to help you. If you want my free book, I put all the tips in there. We've actually had, between the two of us, we're close to 30 years of experience off the power grid. We've worked with wind, we've worked with solar. We've not worked with water. We've only had one opportunity to almost purchase a land that we could have had water as the hydro to run the electricity. But any questions you have, put them down in the comments. While you're down there, take a look at Summerland Volunteer Artists. It's a website that has, of course, paintings and eco-friendly jewelry for sale, but it tells all about the different things we've done over the years, including building a 3-story community center in Guanajuato, Mexico, all kinds of different activities that we've gotten involved in, equine therapy, water therapy, all kinds of things over the last 34 years because I love to volunteer. I find it refreshing, rewarding, and so satisfying. So that's what I've done. And I hope that you can find volunteers to help you because the last house that we built in Guanajuato, it had been in a fire, and we rebuilt it relatively conventionally, but we had solar water heaters, and our other houses we did too. And that made a big difference for them because they really liked that. In Mexico, having a solar water heater really makes sense. But that was for a couple. We rebuilt their house after it caught on fire. It's really a joy to build something of your own and to know that you can do that with a sketch pad. Just the way there was a flight a number of years ago where the plane was sketched out on a napkin at a restaurant. And that's kind of what we did. Every one of those that we tried, all the different buildings we tried redoing a bus. We built a above ground root cellar, and I'm happy to tell you about any of it, but take the free book. Please, take the free book. You can just download it. Lots of information in there, and any information you can't find, you can give us a quick note, and we'll give you all the help we can because it's really fun and it's real special because we like to honor the earth. Thank you.